Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 10-4 Broadcasting, right here on 10-4 Broadcasting. Want to thank everybody for joining us. Hope everybody had a great off season. We're back here with the Max Graphics Superspeedway series, as always, alongside Will. Will, welcome back.
Oh man, Tim, I'm excited to be back, man. This is the first race of the season for us, back at the Super Speedways, back at Daytona. Oh man, it's been a nice little holiday break there, but I'm pumped to be back, Tim. Let's do it.
Man, I am so ready. I've been waiting all off season for this because it ended on such a bang last season. Bob brought home the trophy, which was a custom car from Taz Racing Customs. Huge shout out to them. I don't know if he ever posted a picture. If I'm gonna have to reach out to him and find out because I don't think Bob is in the field tonight. Looking at the roster, I do not see Bob, defending champion, uh, here tonight. So it's going to be anybody's race, as we've seen week in and week out last year.
Yeah, and Tim, I think you only had me on for a few races last season. I think I was on for the last four, but every race we had, I mean, everybody makes fun of these super speedway races for being long, drawn out, kind of spaced out, but none of those finishes we had in any of those races, even with the points leader stepping away towards the end there, every finish was exciting, came down to the wire, and I know Bob was psyched to take out that prize at the end, and we can only hope to see a finish like that tonight, Tim, and we'll see if there's any new drivers tonight, Tim, or is it the same field that raced gave us those exciting finishes last year?
So it looks like a couple of newcomers that I see. Robert Atkins, he'll be driving the number one Ford. Looks like quick update. Ulrey is currently on the pole right now with a 50.63, so he makes his second lap around. New name also I see in second place right now, Jim Butcher in that number 17 machine. Looking through, Dalton Hayes looks like a new name that I had not seen from last year. Joshua. His name just moved on the list, so now I'm trying to find it. Oh, Joshua Conier or Coiner. I'm gonna try to fix that. And the
As you're
second
looking
lap.
through the names there, Tim, what are the kind of things you're looking out for tonight at Daytona? What's the track setting like tonight? What are these boys? How are they going to be racing tonight, you think?
Well, tonight, it's the first race of the season, and I always feel like the first race kind of is the wildest because everybody's had some time off. I'm not sure how much these guys were practicing around each other. A lot of these guys have already raced with each other a lot. So I'm not really concerned about that. But it's just getting back into the groove of things because, as the season starts out, as each race goes along, it gets better and better. And then you occasionally have that one race that gets a little crazy. But overall, the season just continues to get better and better. And that proved at the end of last year at that final race at Talladega. I mean, the racing was phenomenal. Actually, every race you did last season that you came on board with, the racing got better and better and better.
I I bring a spark, Tim. What can I say? I don't know. Watching a little bit of qualifying here. The boys don't usually run too many laps here in qualifying. I've seen a few the new names pop up there towards the top. Watching out for that. Going Ollery there, racing there. Got Plute racing there. Singleton, we remember from last year.
Yep.
Darling, of course, putting on everything for us here in the Super Speedway series and the Max Graphics. Uh, the first race of the season, Tim. I'm pumped up. I can't wait. Can't
I'm
wait for that green flag to drop.
I'm so pumped. Quite a few of the guys have not taken a lap. I imagine a lot of these guys, only 8 drivers have posted a lap. It looks like all the others are just going to go with what they're handed, which is not always a bad thing. Something I did not, I'm a terrible person because I didn't look into it until now. I just thought of it. Uh, no fast repair. Oh, I'm sorry. That's for points. Okay. I was just going through the points. First place is going to take home 25 points. Second, 22. Third, 20. Fourth, 19. P5, 18. And it goes down by one all the way down to uh, from P22. Last position gets 2 points. Now, some bonus points. This is going to be very interesting. Pole, you get 2 points. No incidents. No incidents. You get an extra 5. Finish the race running. You get an extra 10. No fast repair used. You get 5. That's going to be hard.
Oh yeah,
That's,
definitely.
that's going
In
to
a
be
race
very
like this,
tricky.
in a race like this, I think there was only one race we called last season, and that only ran wide open. And even towards the end, we still had about 3 or 4 cautions there towards the end. Watching a little bit of warm up here tonight in the Max Graphics, the opening race of the Superspeedway series here, January 26th. The boys had about, I'd say we were off about 2 months there. We appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, and I know the boys appreciate everybody tuning in to the first race of the season here. I know everybody was itching to get back to the Superspeedway series, and
Yep.
ran a bunch of warm-up races. We could see it in the chat there, in the Discord chat. Everybody was pumped to actually get out there and race for some points and actually get the season started. So we're pumped to be here. We're pumped that you're tuning in tonight, and hopefully, like you mentioned, Tim, all those races we broadcast before, those were quite the finish, quite the exciting race. So can only hope tonight is anything close to that.
And my question for you is going to be, is there anybody you're watching specifically here tonight? Or do you think we're going to be in for a surprise winner?
I think tonight might be the night we see a surprise winner. Anything can happen, as we can see in sports all weekend. Anything can happen.
Anything
I
can.
think one of these new names that nobody really has an eye on. I think a lot of things are going to be worked out tonight. It's the first race of the season. There's going to be a lot of kind of give and take, kind of seeing what we can do tonight. I know there's probably going to be a little discussion in the chat once this race is over. What was legal, what wasn't. But hopefully tonight we see a nice clean race, and I think we'll see a surprise winner. Somebody we haven't talked about yet. Somebody we didn't talk about last year, or maybe it was somebody that was in this series last year that just didn't pick up any wins. It just kind of ran in the middle of the pack. But we'll see tonight, and I'm excited, Tim.
So, little quick rundown of the schedule for everybody tuning in. Tonight, of course, at Daytona. And then February 2nd, we're at Talladega. And then the following week, we're at iRacing Superspeedway. And on my birthday, race number 4, Monza left turning track. That's going to be on February 16th. Daytona night is February 23rd. Dega, and then Daytona Legacy, iRacing SS, back at Monza, Dega, Daytona, and then Daytona night to end the season, April 13th.
There we go. I like it. Nice little spring schedule here. We'll kind of go along with the start of the real schedule there coming up.
Yeah, kind of, because the 23rd is, or I'm sorry, I think the 20th is the Daytona 500. So the 23rd they'll be having their Daytona night race. So it kind of goes together. I like that.
There we go. What do you think about this clash coming up at the Coliseum?
It's gonna be different. I don't even know. I can't even wrap my head around the fact that we've decided to randomly build a track in the middle of a Coliseum and see what can happen.
Oh, man.
But I will tell everybody, anybody interested in going to that in LA, a friend of mine, Jonathan, last night he texted me. I woke up this morning and he had said that he calculated everything. You probably could go to the race for around $500 with plane, ticket to the race, and about $100 for food and stuff. So I encourage everybody. This could be the one and only time this happens in LA. I mean, why not be there? Why not be a part of history?
Yeah. As we're watching the boys here with about 5 minutes left in the warm-up here in the Max Graphics Super Speedway series opener, I would just have to say to that, I had looked at it, but watching that kind of, it was like the warm up lap they ran. Whoa, a little bit of feistiness here in the warm ups here. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a race to give and take. We're probably gonna see a couple of those throughout the race. I just didn't feel like that race is gonna be as exciting as everybody hopes it's gonna be. It's kind of got. I was reading the comments everybody were leaving, and I kind of looked at it. It's got like short track vibes, like modified vibes, but you're gonna be racing cup cars that are gonna be only going like 80, 90 miles an hour, maybe at top speed because of how
Right.
small the track is. So it's, I don't know. You're gonna see maybe like one or two passes a lap, if that. I mean,
I
it's gonna be
think
tough.
what makes it unique is, or what's going to make it different. I don't know that it's going to be exciting. I mean, I don't know, but it is just $1 million on the line. Anything could happen. But, I'm thinking maybe because they're going to do heat racing. So that may make things interesting.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see.
That's the way I'm looking at it. But here, the way I
We
see
shall
it
see.
is
But
on Sunday the 6th, you've got two choices of boringness to watch: the Pro Bowl or the LA Coliseum. Pick your poison.
the Pro Bowl or the LA going to the race. Pro Bowl not worth it anymore. They don't even do the
Yeah.
Madden Bowl anymore, so
Yeah.
it's a whole different discussion.
But warm up is officially over with.
Here we go, Tim.
And look at that. Justin White taking home the pole. First bonus points of the year right here going to Justin White for that pole position. 2 points automatically on top. And I like some of these guys have moved their number to the front, just like the Cup cars for this season. They are racing the Xfinity cars here for this season. A lot of the guys really love how these things handle on the Superspeedways. So, more and more, a lot of iRacing leagues have taken on the Superspeedway series because just you get a good group of guys in some Superspeedway racing, you're going to have great results. And this is one of those leagues where that is proven time and time again. And huge shout out to all the guys in charge here at NSRA. Darling has done a great job of building this up, and I believe Colin is actually in charge of this series. So shout out to those guys, and good luck to them tonight. And look at the look at the pace car driver. He's just so calm.
We do appreciate it, and me and Tim are excited to be here tonight, and we wouldn't want anything else to be here on this Wednesday night series, and we've been itching to get back to it. I know the drivers have, I know the viewers have, so we're excited to bring you this first race of the season, the Superspeedway race. We got a new driver on top there, so we'll see how this race goes, Tim. Let's do it.
Sorry, I was going through the cameras trying to see. Looks like there's a couple drivers. Looks like they're going to start from pit road, so they're already planning for the carnage. And I just realized we're racing at night here tonight.
Racing with the Xfinity package, I see.
Coming out of turn 4, pace car lights are off. Green flag is going to be waving very shortly. 60 laps here at Daytona.
Nothing better than seeing the pace car come off.
Green flag is in the air.
Here we go. White takes him across into 1 and 2 here with number 2 car. Driven by White, 6'2", Ullery. Seeing a little give and take here by the number 2 White. Ullery on the top side. Right on the bottom. Around 1 and 2 here. We got White getting across the right.
It looks like Wyatt's going to jump down in front of Martin Plute, who we say Martin's name a lot here in the Superspeedway series. Does a great job. His teammates of Christopher Darling and Ben Mashburn. That's a guy you're going to have to watch out here for tonight. Whoa. Chris has to go up a little bit to avoid the 17.
A love tap off the top. It's all right. Got White still leading around the corner there. Coming around to the front stretch here, we got White and Ulrey 1-2 to lead him around on that first lap here. We got lap number 2. We got White leading around into the corner. Ulrey in that 62 right behind him, building up a tandem here, coming into 1 and 2, and we got Wyatt right behind him.
And now JT Poole. Oh, it looks like he was trying to get that outside lane put together, but then I believe it was Mashburn behind him, but Mashburn's now come down in front of his teammate of Christopher Darling in that number 11 as they head down the backstretch, and they're going to go right by JT Poole. But now
sometimes the outside lane, if you don't have help though, too, you can get left out there. Oh, as I'm saying, we got a line building out there. Three-car tandem out there on the outside.
Yeah, we've got JT Poole in that 26, the 95 of Singleton, and then the 55 of Doziak.
Building up a three-car tandem.
And they're sticking. The 17. 17, this is the second time he's not been able to hold that bottom line. I'm not sure.
Some fast race on the outside line, Tim.
Yeah, they're really fast. And I think it's that 17 car hasn't been able to stick behind number 4, so that outside lane has been able to start pushing their way up to that front. And now as they get to the quarter panel of Martin, they're going to make that pass, take them up into 4th position for JT Poole.
And that's the 26 and the 95. They're just trying to push on the outside lane, trying to build position here. They're pushing about, you got the 95 in the 6th position, you got Poole in the 4th position. They're just really battling in that top 5. They're just trying to make anything work on the outside lane. You got White already still leading up the top pack there, and then number 2 in the 62. About 4 laps into this opening race here in the Superspeedway. Seeing exciting racing here. We're really seeing the boys trying to see what's working for them, see what's good on the outside lane there. Trying to see some building up. Got a 4-car tandem building up now on the outside with that 26.
And now the 62 jumps to the outside of that line, and he may complete that pass to get around the leader, and he does.
Woo! Got a lead change already, Tim. Lap 4. Let's do it.
And look at that. Just like that, we were talking about, the JT went to dive down, but so did Ulrey.
Hey, he said, I'm coming with that speed. I want that lead.
And now Singleton's going to lead that outside lane, but right behind him, I don't even know. We got to come with a nickname for Ben Mashburn because Ben is so fast at pushing these guys to the front.
Right.
It's the number 1 guy you want to see in the rearview mirror.
He really is, and that 24 car coming around 3 and 4 now, coming on to that front stretch of Daytona here. He is a name that last year really ran in the top 5 of every race we called. Was right there towards the finish. I think it was maybe he finished just a couple points out of the championship, but he's another name we can look out. He's working with Singleton on that outside lane there. Can't miss Singleton. He's in this lime green, kind of mellow yellow vibe machines tonight.
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder, there we go. They're trying to build something on the outside lane, but it just seems like that 62 Ulrey Poole made it up there from the tandem.
Moyer.
We got
sliced it.
now too. And White in that number 2 car. So we're seeing that Moyer in that 971. Moyer's really good at Daytona. He's another car to look out for tonight. He really does a great job of handling things, but seems like if he can build up in that tandem, just a 2-car tandem up there in that top, get a lot of speed in that open air. Seems like he's building up there all the way leading across the line with 7 laps into this race here tonight.
And I know Moyer, he had missed one. He was reeling Darling in, but he unfortunately, he'd actually messaged me. He did not wake up for his alarm for one of the races and ultimately missed the race, which took him out of the championship hunt. And I know that, it killed him. So I think this year he's out here to make a point and bring that championship home to Simbox Racing.
Right, and as you're mentioning Moyer there, you're seeing White in that number 2 machine really making aggressive moves in that 3rd position, trying to get back up to the lead. Oh, you're seeing a
Woo!
little bit of pushing with the Pool, pushing him up to the lead, but it wasn't nice though. He gave him a little push and wiggle. Oh, he's just still pushing him around into that 1 and 2. He's going to the outside now. Seeing White in the number 2 machine. He's going to maybe get left out. You see Warrior drop down to the inside of that 9 trying to push Pool. Now he's dropped down in the second position, leading him around in the backstretch.
And now he's going to jump to the outside and get in front of Justin White heading down the backstretch. Now Moyer is going to take over that position, but for how long? Because JT Poole is getting a huge push from Colin.
You're seeing a great run out of JT Poole, that 2.6 machine. 2.6 machine getting the Prince vibes with the purple rims. Really seeing
yeah.
It's a car you cannot miss on the track tonight. He's one of those names that we had mentioned pre-broadcast here, that one of the names to look out for. Maybe it was one of the names from last year that we really didn't have an eye on, but you're seeing Moyer getting a good push around 1 and 2 here from Once You Know It White in that 2 machine. Pushing Moyer that 971. Moyer's a great super speedway runner here coming into the backstretch.
You see these guys are neck and neck heading down the backstretch. Moyer's going to edge him out, but then heading through 3 and 4, JT Poole's going to come right back. Oh, Colin slips up a little. That's going to hurt. Oh, we've got a caution.
We do have a caution on the track. Oh, man. Oh, we got a big spin out here. We'll have to check the repo.
Big one.
We got caught with the leaders up there. We saw exciting racing up there all the way through the top 10, but we missed this wreck on the back here. Gives everybody a chance to catch their breath and grab a soda.
Let's go back and take a look at this. Trying to get my stuff to do what I want it to do. Oh, I'm in the wrong area. Ha ha ha. See, we're all a little bit rusty.
It's exciting. It's exciting racing tonight, though, Tim. This is the first race of the season. We're really seeing them kind of put it all on the line. This is iRacing for you.
Trying to find where this may have happened. Let's see. Trying to make sure I get in the right area. Oh, I just found it. Okay. Go ahead and bring this bad boy back for everybody. Just it looks like a wrong bump happened at the wrong time, unfortunately.
Towards the back of the pack there.
It's actually around third or so. Well, about 5th or 6th. You're going to be watching Steven Doziak in that number 55 car. You see, just goes up just a little bit. The 24 car does of Ben Mashburn, and then Mashburn comes back down.
Oh,
doesn't hit him square, and it just turns him right around and up into the 13. Oof. And then everybody checked up from there, and it was
kind of just everybody in the back of the pack there.
And it messed up my scoring.
And it was somebody that you were mentioning that you would want behind you if you wanted somebody to push you, but I don't think he wanted him behind him in that situation there. That was that was a bump for sure. I'm sure Mashburn's going to want to jump in the chat and maybe apologize for that one, but hey, that's Daytona racing for you, and hey, we're only 11 laps into this race of a 60-lap race here in the Max Graphics Superspeedway's series opener here, brought to you by 10-4 Broadcasting and Max Graphics, and we got our first caution there, Tim, and thanks for the replay there. Thanks for bringing us that, and as you can see, sometimes you just build up enough speed and you just get caught up in the situation, and Mashburn, you did a great job explaining it there, just didn't make contact square, and that's what happens. But you know, you can come back. They're only 11 laps in here, so I'm sure
oh yeah,
that'll be all right.
Plenty of racing.
First caution then. It's first race of the season. What can you say?
Right. Everybody's just getting started. I want to we want to give a huge shout out to obviously all of you that come week in and week out and join us. And JT Poole coming down pit road was leading. I don't know, maybe he's just topping off on fuel, which could be smart. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for always tuning in to 10-4 Broadcasting. We love bringing these races to you guys. But we also want to thank Brookstone Animal Hospital, as always, for jumping on board for this broadcast. I want to thank Max Graphics, of course, being the main sponsor this year this season for the Super Speedway series. Love the new Super Speedway series logo, by the way.
Oof, looking clean, Tim.
Yeah, I want to thank Taz Racing Customs for all of your custom diecast needs. You got a car of your own that you'd like to drive on iRacing, hit them up on Facebook. They will get you your custom car made on a diecast, and it is awesome. We'll get a picture of the one from Bob from last year's winner, so that way everybody can take a look at it. But Doziak has one. He showed it to us. I thought it looked awesome last season. But check them out on Facebook, Taz Racing Customs. Also want to thank the Beer Street Journal, the best in beer. You can check them out at beerstreetjournal.com. I'm thinking I need to talk to these guys and maybe get a beer tasting segment for the cautions.
Hey, I was just about to say, crack one open, twist one open, however you like to enjoy your beer. Go ahead and crack one open. I'm sure Beer Street Journal is the place to jump on there and see which beer you should be drinking. But for me, I just go for the cheap stuff. But I'm sure Beer Street Journal will help you out to pick out something that's probably a little bit better. But as we see the boys riding back to the line here, about 12 laps into this Max Graphics series open here. Seen White lead him to the line. He's the first one out of the pits. Hey, he's got a lot of speed tonight, coming around 1 and 2 here.
Wow, the 17 did not get going on the outside lane. Really backed things up for those guys.
You got Plute in that number 4 car. That's another car that really ran strong Super Speedways last year. So we'll see how he races tonight. A great run out of White. We're seeing a great run out of him in that number 2 car, coming around 3 and 4 here. Around. We got White in that number 2. Seeing the 86 kind of drop out of there. Yeah,
I think he just wanted out of that mess. And this one, this is a guy that I know you have not heard much about, but I have raced with these guys long enough to know this name. Oh, and JT Poole jumping down pit road. Green flag pit stop. Not sure why. Your previous leader now coming down pit road, maybe to stay away from
a little bit of turtle in the hair there, just to see how many times you can pit. Maybe we'll come out on top
right
at the end.
But back to what I was saying, I apologize for that. Mitchell Adams in that number 49 Camaro, third car on that outside lane. He is a force to be reckoned with. I know he is a previous truck championship series winner here with NSRA, so he has been around for quite some time. And you want to talk about somebody who will drive the wheels off of their car right there in that number 49.
And you're really seeing it. I like the old school STP Richard Petty scheme he's racing tonight. He's racing on the outside lane there in that pack. Really seeing aggressive racing tonight. We see Mashburn right in front of him in that 24 car. And then right behind him, I believe, I think it's the 17.
I think it's the third. Sorry, it's hard to see. It's number 13.
Big move there. But you're seeing some great speed at everybody tonight, especially on the outside lane, inside lane. You're seeing him drop back inside there, trying to find the right speed there, but seeing aggressive kind of like wiggles out of Mashburn at 24, Moyer at 971 there. They're just trying to see where they can go, trying to see if they can get out to the lead there. Coming around 1 and 2 here, about 16 laps in here. Seeing over up there in that 62. Oh, he's getting pushed by Mashburn in that 24 car, coming around 1 and 2 here to the back stretch.
And now that number 47 car we have not talked about yet tonight, Dalton Hayes. I believe that's a new driver here tonight. Making his way up into the top 5 if he can get around Colin Ulrich here.
Seen him rock Kellogg's Tony the Tiger's paint scheme tonight. Gotta appreciate that one too. Shout out to him for racing that tonight. Tony the Tiger, shout out.
Yeah, it makes me just think of Terry Labonte all around.
That's right.
Now we see that outside lane has really diminished since the heavy hitters left it and went to the bottom lane. And I'm trying to see
that a couple laps ago. You started to see a little wiggles right there towards the top when they were running 2 wide, 3 wide, around 3 and 4 on the backstretch. Trying to figure out where the right speed was. And you saw them kind of see Moyer jump down there in the 971. So the 49 car drop down there too. Oh, big move out of Moyer there. You're seeing a lot of speed out of the boys tonight. So probably going to see some more wrecks up there in the back.
Going through, we're on lap 17. And Justin White, Jim Butcher are the only two who have not pitted. So they may get caught having to make green flag pit stops. I think the fuel mileage here is around 26 laps, give or take, caution depending. So if they don't get a caution here in the next 10 to 15 laps, they're going to have to come down pit road.
As you're mentioning that, Tim, I'm seeing aggressive racing here at the top road. I got really quiet there because I thought something was going to happen between the 17, the 971, and the 2, because you're seeing Moyer giving White just those aggressive little bumps just to see if he can get by. He really wants that lead. He wants that open air. He wants that space. But then you're seeing Butcher on the 17 car on the outside. He wants the lead too. You're seeing it. And then Ulrich back up there with the 62. Seeing a lot of give and take here in the lead. I know we're getting spoiled by watching the leaders up here, but I really feel like a super speedway race like this, though, these boys could crash out and anybody behind them could just sneak in there and take the win or get up there to the lead. Top 5. Mashburn's back there in the 24 car at the tail end of this pack here. So we're just seeing a lot of aggressive racing here at the top of the pack, which we can appreciate. But we know that this is cause for concern there sometimes.
Yeah, and we saw it time and time again last year. We thought one driver was going to win, and then like maybe 3rd or 4th place ended up taking home the trophy. That oh, and there's a wreck.
A big wreck in the middle of the pack here. Pollute in that 4 car.
No caution yet.
Spinning out in the backstretch here. You got that car tail ending.
Ben Mashburn.
You got Mashburn kind of jumping around, sliding around. Just 2 cars involved in that so far.
Look at he's over here Tokyo drifting.
Hey, nobody's involved. Just the 2 cars. No caution out yet. I like it. Clean racing so far.
Yep. So still green flag. We will go back and take a look at that here in a second. Let me get things situated because we don't want to miss anything else. But we're going to go ahead and
we got White still out there with the 2 car.
Pull up this replay.
Warrior right behind him, still pushing him. Jump to the replay real quick just to see what happened between the number 4 car with Plute and the 24 car Mashburn.
And you see here, 24 got hit by the 96 or 95. 95 saves it, but collateral damage for the 4 and the 24. And Mashburn did a great job of saving it. He just kind of hunkered through the grass. Look at that. Woo!
Went for a little ride. Picked it clean.
That is a good save.
That is going to be a name we're going to see pop back up here. So I think Plute, he got the worst end of that.
Wow. What a great save. The fact that he did not lose control of that car at all.
Yeah. 22 laps in. Saw a little tail end spin out there from those 2 cars. You still got White in that 2 car, still leading the pack here. But as you mentioned, he still hasn't hit yet. So still holding it down, still holding the lead down. But you got Moyer. I guess we can call him a seasoned vet for everything he went through last year. He's coming out. in this season opener. He wants that first win. He wants it underneath his belt. He doesn't have to worry about points anymore when he comes to the end of the season. Coming around 1 and 2 here, he's pushing all white in that 2 car. He wants that lead. You got another newcomer in that 49 car right behind him, and you're seeing Moyer jump left, right, left, right. He's getting that sim racing wheel. A lot of work out of there, trying to get that thing working, trying to see what line he can jump out there. I think for him to get by, though, he's going to need some help. He's going to need a push. He's going to need somebody to kind of jump with him, as you see Busher come up to that 17 car on that outside lane there, coming around to the backstretch here. Seeing a lot of speed tonight, though, Tim.
Yeah, and right now I feel like this is the calmest the racing has been all night so far. That outside lane trying to get things together. You've got the 17, the 62, the 13, and the 11 all trying to work together on that outside lane. Oh, and now the 11 just decided to drop down, and he's going to go right around that 13, no problem. And coming down the backstretch, Justin is still your leader, but the outside lane's trying to make their way up there. And you just saw JT pull past the camera. He's, as of right now, trying to see. Sorry, I'm trying to see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong stuff. Okay. He is on lap 22. So he's going to go down 2 laps right now when they go by. So right now, Shane Ledoux is the first car a lap down. So if a caution does happen, that number 12 will be bringing home that lucky dog. And look at this, 3 wide to get around the lapped car. This is where things can get sketchy.
Well, that's unfortunate, though. We saw him kind of jump out of the gate there. Start out hot, kind of lead the pack around a few times. Get some, I think he got some laps underneath his belt. Some lead laps, some lead laps. But hey, it's the first race. He got out there, raced him up, but he's only 2 laps down. Got about halfway to go.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, 26 laps in. Still racing hard. And like I said, what these boys do at the top of the pack here could ultimately decide what happens in the back of the pack. These boys could spin out. These boys could crash. Somebody else could come from the back of the pack, take the lead. Still racing hard with Moyer in that 971 up there. We got White in the number 2 car. Still pushing each other. I like this aggressive racing to start the season.
Listen, if Patrick Mahomes can make a touchdown in 13 seconds, I'm sure that JT Poole can come back from 2 laps down.
Craziest thing, I think I missed it. I think I looked down for a second. I missed that throw. I was watching it too. Oh man, you got to feel for it.
Don't celebrate too early.
That's the worst.
And guys don't check up. Oh, and there it is.
Big wreck. Oh man, we're seeing that 47 car really get it there. Oh, we're seeing a lot of those big names we were talking about kind of get caught up, and just, you mentioned a lap car just kind of got in the way there. Everybody started checking up and just nowhere to go. They're off the corner.
So my first take on this is going to be, my raw take because I've not gone back. Obviously, we've not seen the replay.
What a bummer.
But to me, it looked like the 95 of Singleton kind of got a little wobbly and scared when he tried to get around the 55. Or not the 55. The 78.
He just had nowhere to go. He had to check up. He had nowhere to go there, and it's just one of those things. As a lapped car, you got to know the pack's coming behind you. You got to slide it out of the way. I mean, that's just rough for everybody involved there.
We're gonna go back and take a look. I think there was multiple things that made that happen. I'm trying to get my thing to pull up here. There we go. Gonna go back.
Get this replay coming to you live from 10-4 Broadcasting.
You know what?
For this awesome replay.
You know what? After you see what I just saw, you're gonna realize there was nothing he could have done. Doug Neal did everything he could. He was out of the way. We're gonna watch this in slow mo. watching this from Isaac Singleton's spot. So you see they're coming up on the 78 of Doug Neal. 95 checks up a little, comes down, gets rear-ended, and then they didn't even touch, and it spun out the 78. So you see there was no contact there, and all of a sudden it was one of those iRacing glitches, unfortunately. But look at the 47. Goes for a ride.
I don't know about an iRacing glitch there, Tim. I think it's something that we saw earlier in the race with Mashburn. If we can kind of rewind that replay a little bit, I think it was just one of those where
I'll give you a better angle.
Yeah, you see Ulrich in that 62. They're coming into the corner.
I want you to look at look at the back of the sim box, the 78. This is what happens. So watch it just slowly crumble without being touched. Right about.
But you do see contact from Ulrich in that 62.
Yeah, and then right there, see, it crunches up, and he doesn't even touch him. So
but you do have contact.
Yeah,
that
you
is
do.
Something. The 78 that you could say was a sim glitch, but there is contact between Ulrich and Singleton at 95. You do see it sort of like early in the race with Mashburn. It just wasn't square, but
yeah, because even with all that other stuff, Doug Neal was good. He would have made it through, but then that contact between the 62 and the 95 is what ultimately caused this entire chaos.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good way to explain it, but just one of those things where you just come with a lot of speed and you try to bump a guy, give a little love tap, and you don't hit him up, correctly or square or anything like that. It causes something like that, and unfortunately, it caught up some of those names we were talking about there. Ulrich in that 62, and a few other names, Singleton in that 95, and a few other new names at 47, and the Tony the Tiger machine there. But hey, who knows? We got 30 laps to go in this Max Graphics, Superspeedway race opener here. I think we're about lap 29, probably about lap 30 when we get back racing here. Got Moyer in that 971 registering as your race leader, but we got the boys coming in the pit now.
And Mitchell Adams is now your race leader. He decided to stay out.
Could be one of those strategies, Tim. We'll see if holding the lead down for a little bit could pay off. We're seeing seeing everybody get a feel of how this racing is going so far. Seeing aggressive racing tonight. I'm sure there'll be some more caution, so maybe staying out, holding it down for a little bit might pay off there. Might sneak in a pit stop here and there.
And we saw a lot of cars involved in that last one. I want to give a huge shout out to I saw this car in the replay. Stan Hausman. I love that Beer Street Journal car. It's so simple and awesome. Like, I want to get a close up of the side of that thing. Look at the beer coming off the side. That's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to him and that 93 machine. That is slick. I get that. It almost looks like an Oreo. The black and white.
It kind of does.
It's like the white wall rims and get those kind of like the Red Bull vibes from back in the day. I like it. Awesome.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Shout out to Beer Street Journal, one of our main sponsors here tonight. Like I said, I'm a Bud Light guy myself, but if you want a quality beer to drink or if you want something that's actually good to taste and probably does the trick for you, definitely check out Beer Street Journal. They'll probably be the ones.
Listen, I'm going to have to find out what Beer Street Journal has to say about Red Stripe. I had it in Jamaica. I didn't know that I could buy it here in the U.S. First off, I had so much Red Stripe in Jamaica. I loved it. It was so good. But green flag back underway, halfway point right here.
Big jump for Adams in that 49 machine coming around 1 and 2 here. You got Colin Ulrich in that 6-2. We're right behind him again. Ulrich's been a name that's been racing up in the top 2, top 3 most of the race tonight. No surprises up there again. With 30 laps into this Max Graphics Superspeedway series opener tonight. Adams, who did not hit in that last round, holding down the lead around 3 and 4 there. We got Burns in that 007 machine in number 3. 17 in that Busher machine in the 4th position. We got Chris Darling in the 5th position. Mashburn in the 6th position, the 24 machine.
And as
come
you can see,
around.
the 26 and the 12 here in this top group are cars that are a lap down. So they are fighting to get back on the lead lap. And unfortunately, JT Poole got caught up in that last caution that we had. So he's trying to savor that car and make it through basically to see another day and to get back on the lead lap.
But you're seeing Poole work on the outside with Darling here, just to kind of give the viewers insight of what's going on. Darling is pushing Poole to the lead, so this might actually help Darling get back out to the lead, kind of getting that extra speed. As you see, Poole's jumped out to the lead, jumped in front of Adams. You don't usually see that out of lapped cars throwing the block onto the leader there, but like I said, this could play into some of these cars that are on the lead lap, strategy-wise, to give them that extra car for speed.
Yeah, and I've seen that happen time and time again when I've done sim racing, where all of a sudden a lap car from another team helps that team out. And I'm like, man, I could have had that race won. But, I mean, that's the name of the game.
Oh, man, if you are listening or if you are watching, I am excited about this outside line of cars that are coming right now. You got Darling in that 11, you got Mashburn in the 24, and you got White in the 2 machine on the outside lane pushing each other. And I feel like that is the 3 cars we're going to be talking about towards the end of this race. That is the most speed, I feel like, on the outside lane there. Those 3 machines, I believe, are going to be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat those guys. And, someone who's been relatively quiet that, was really a force. We talked about him every single lap was Martin Plute. He was up at the front there at the beginning, but now he's kind of been a little quieter. Oh, and Mashburn gets pushed to the outside, checks up and lets the 2 go by.
Ooh, big check up there for Mashburn. Kind of reshuffling there though. You're still running that 3 wide tandem there on the outside lane. Adam's still holding it down though, still holding that lead down. You see JT Poole still one of those cars that are a lap down now.
A lap down now. Yep.
Yeah, since he's still holding it down. But like I said, it could play into a hand of somebody that needs a draft partner. Seeing Adams kind of pull away, kind of tanding him with him. And that's what you want to do with Colin Ulrich at 62 right behind you. You don't want him to tag along and at the end just sneak in behind you and take that race lead. You do not want that because Colin Ulrich will take the lead. He's coming with some speed. He's coming with Burns right behind him. Busher's another name than the 17 that's running right there too in the 3rd position. Another car with a lot of speed. You kind of see him running that single file line, kind of seeing what line's going to. You see Adams kind of drift out there. He's going to get left by himself trying that outside lane. That might not be a good move for Adams in that 49 car, unfortunately.
I think Adams may have gone out there possibly to cool off the engine because he had been pushing that 26 for quite some time. But now he's going to pay that price. Oh, and almost pays the price with the 17. Wow.
He's a car that did stay out from those last pit stops, so maybe he is running into some issues there with that machine. But
let me see if we
you get
can't
out there by yourself. You get left out there by yourself.
Try to see. The steering wheel's in the way. Wait, where's the oil? Oh, I see it over there. Right now he's running around 200 for the oil temperature. Oh, everybody's got different. I didn't know there was different dashboards in these things.
I'd say the only thing he's watching right now, Tim, is the rest of the cars run by him because he is in an unfortunate spot on the outside lane there. That is a no-go zone for me. I do not want to be out
Adams has dropped all the way back to 9th position, and it's going to keep dropping because that inside lane, there's just so many of them. He's not going to be able to get down in there.
Yeah, well, Tim, Burns in that 07 car, you see him in the number 2 position right now, pushing Ulrich. Again, Ulrich's back up there in that leader position right behind Poole. Was Burns a name from last year? Or
yes. He drove the 07, and it was like a yellow car. It was like the Mac car, the Tools.
Okay, gotcha.
He was running very strong there at the end of last season. He finished podium a couple of times. I want to say about 2 or 3 times there at the end. So he has been improved. He improved throughout the season last year, and here he is again tonight, running in the top 3.
There we go. Well, shout out to him then. He's running in the second position, right behind Colin Ulrich in that 62.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that the 26 is not a leader.
He was though. He was. For the viewers that are just tuning in late or catching one of those late basketball games that were on, he was holding it down.
Go Pacers.
Unfortunately, right. He did get caught up and he got reshuffled there and went 2 laps down. Had to make some green flag pit stops, but like I said, it's the first lap of our first race of the season, so it's good to get out there, get some practice underneath your belt. But seen a great run from the top of the pack here from Colin Ulrich, Burns, and you're seeing Poole kind of drift away, maybe kind of giving.
Oh, there's a split here of. Oh, they've got lapped cars at the top, at the bottom, so that was a little sketchy. Now that 74
a little dicey.
Is in that wall. Jeff McCarter,
right,
in that Winn-Dixie. Oh, look at wow! They have to split the seas right now.
And maybe that's something that JT Poole should do. Maybe JT Poole should go to that outside and let the leaders go by with about 22 laps to go here. Kind of just drift away and let those leaders kind of just take the tandem. No?
No. JT Poole is in the fight for his life because even though he gained a lap, here's the other issue. You see that number 12 car? Right now, that number 12 car is the first car a lap down technically. So even JT will have to come back around this field again just to get his final lap back. Because as of right now, Shane Ledoux in that number 12 is who's going to be getting that lucky dog.
So we are talking about big money moves up there at the top.
Yeah.
JT Poole.
Yeah.
So I understand why he doesn't want to relinquish the lead up there.
Because right now, looking at the scoreboard, he's the last car on the lead lap, or a lap down. So he's got to pass the 74. He's got to pass the 78. And he's got to pass the 12 to Shane Ledoux just to get his lap back.
Right.
So he's got a whole lot of passing to do.
A lot of racing. A lot of racing still to go here with that 20 to go. Running single file here, Tim. Might see the boys get a little dicey. There we go. Just as I was talking about. They were kind of waiting to get to the backstretch, make a big move from the 17 there from Busher, trying to get around in that third position. Seeing Colin Ulrich kind of seeing what's there. You're kind of seeing him kind of move back and forth, kind of seeing what moves he wants to make. I think maybe tagging along with Burns, maybe picking a lane and just blasting by JT Poole if you have to, just to maybe open it up a little bit. Or Poole could be one of those pieces that comes into play at the final lap, or maybe Ulrich gets by, one of those guys racing the top 3 gets by him, uses them as just kind of a blocker piece if they have to. Seeing the guys still race single file here, coming out with 19 to go.
And one thing I'll say is, what I see happen a lot too is the 62 of Colin Ulrich is very good managing his fuel. So right now, what's happening with that 62 behind that 26, he's saving gas by being the second car in line. The fact that he is not leading this field and breaking that air, he is saving himself gas here in the long run.
Right, exactly. And we got a shout out to George Burns from William Kerwin on Facebook here. Thank you for tuning in, and shout out to him, man. He is racing awesome tonight. He is in the number 2 position here with 18 laps to go in this season open here in this Superspeedway Max GRAFIX Superspeedway Series, man. This has been an exciting race so far. We've seen the guys really get at it tonight. Seeing a lot of great iRacing tonight, Tim.
Yeah, and we're coming down to about 17 to go, and shout out to Kerwin for stopping by, checking us out.
We've seen a couple cautions tonight, but nothing too crazy. We've seen a couple spin outs where cars were kind of by themselves, but the cautions we have had were just kind of misplaced, kind of shake and bake moves that didn't pan out, and maybe only kind of got a couple cars. We did have a big caution there just a few minutes ago in this race if you tuned in late. we're kind of the middle of the pack cars. We're kind of tied up in there. But it didn't really change who's been running up at the top and going all the way in that 62 car. He has really ran consistent all race tonight, whether it's leading the pack or in the second position, top 3. He has really held it down. He is running really strong tonight in that Monster Energy 62 machine out of Colin Ulrich with 17 laps to go here. Leading him around, still single file here, trying to get around this lap car of JT Poole here. As Tim explained just a little while ago, a lot on the line for JT Poole here, even though he is a couple laps down. If he does get past it, making 2 laps down, and he would have to come all the way back to get that other lap down. So right now, still holding it down. He was our race leader to start the race there out of the back with 16 laps to go. Was caught up early in some unfortunate events. Made him a couple laps down there for green flag pit stops. Still running single file here. Starting to see him get a little dicey there on the backstretch there, Tim.
Yeah, it's going to start getting a little harder to control these cars because as we wind down the laps, every single lap that we turn, less and less fuel is inside of the back of these cars. So they start to get a little more wiggly, and the farther back you are in this. Oh, and the 17 just goes way outside.
Got a pusher on the 17.
Comes back down in behind the 07. Didn't have enough. Oh, still coming back out there.
Tim, I'm getting squirmy over here. You're starting to see the boys get a little dicey.
But as I was saying, that these cars will start to loosen up a little bit as this run continues. Because the last time, looking at pit windows,
15 to go here, Tim.
Around lap 28, 29 is when they all last pitted. They may have to make another green flag pit stop.
Ooh, Tim! Busher in that 17 car, he is just pushing it hard there.
He's got his hands full.
You're talking about another pit stop. They might have to. We did see a few names that we talked about that didn't make pit stops there in that last run there that kind of got filed back there.
All right, now I want you to pay attention. I can hear the RPMs in this number 17. He's not even going full throttle right now. He is gaining so much speed on these guys. He wants to get around them.
Oh, you can tell though. You can tell. You've seen it out of the 17 car in these past couple of laps here. You've seen him kind of.
There he goes.
Try to find a lane, but he needs a.
He's got no help.
He needs a partner.
He's trying to use the draft off of the 39, but
oh, big move coming to the corner there from the 17 out of Busher.
That was scary.
14 laps to go here. Oh, we're seeing him. He's got to get back up to speed there because that was a big move there.
Oh, and the 49's in the wall trying to stay up there. 39 of
coming to the line. You got Colin Ulrich. You got Burns in that 07. You got Busher in that 17.
Oh, and there it is.
Oh, no. And the 17 of Busher goes right into the wall. Oh, man.
We saw it coming.
Wow.
Look
at 12 car.
Look at that number 3. That dead stop.
Ledoux in that 12 car.
Yes.
I thought he was running in the pack. He was a lap down.
He is, yes.
Wow, Tim. Who would have thought a lapped car would come into play? We got this replay brought to you by 10-4 Broadcasting here.
Let's go back and take a look.
Man.
Where's that 12?
We must put the hex on these guys. We start talking about them and something happens.
Yeah.
Ben Mashburn. We got the Madden curse when it comes to racing.
Yeah.
We start highlighting guys. And
last year it was Joshua Sobel. Every time we said his name, he got in an accident.
And Busher had so much speed in this race. We were just talking about he was kind of holding off because he had so much speed. He was trying to find a lane. And
now,
unfortunately,
what I find interesting here off of my first take. So right here, we're going down the front stretch. The 12 and the 17 are who we're focused on. Now, you see the 12 go to the outside. Okay? And all of a sudden just comes down, and I don't know if he clipped. We're going to have to ride on board with this because this...
I think it may have happened a little bit earlier than that, Tim. I think it may have been when everybody started checking up for that lapped car there coming around the corner. And you started seeing guys get kind of...
Right here. I want to watch the steering wheel because this will tell the tale of what happened here. He just comes right down into the 17, really. It's so hard to see. It really is. So if we stop it there, I'm gonna try to find. I know I've got a good angle. Ooh, this could be the
I
one.
think if we go back a little bit further too, I think it was with the lap car. I think that had everybody racing with that lap car. You see him kind of come down.
Oh, I
here
see what you're
racing with the
saying.
lap. You see him get kind of pushed to that inside. You see Busher come down. See him come. See how fast he comes down with that lap car. Now
Yeah.
they're on each other's bumper. Race. I just feel like. Woo, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't want to be the.
Yeah, we're going to do a slow-mo here. Okay, so you see the 12 is clearly far away from the 17. Looks like the back has stepped out a little bit there. But just comes right down. I don't know. That's hard. That's difficult.
That's a tough one. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the one making that call.
Yeah, no. I'm glad I'm back
No,
here.
Thank you.
I don't have to make no calls.
No, thank you. That's a tough one. I mean, it's not much you can say there. I mean,
it is racing. You know,
it's a lapped. I mean, but no, I mean, it's a lapped car with a regular. I mean, it's just.
Well, and that's
like
what makes it difficult.
Happen, but
what makes it difficult is Shane Ledoux was the first car lap down, so he was going to get his lap back. But once you're involved in a wreck like that, that goes out the window. But on retrospect, JT's Pool now comes back to the back of the field to work his way back through to get his second lap back. So right now, JT Pool only one lap down with not many laps to go. But I don't want to say it. I'm going to say it. But cautions breed cautions at this stage of the race.
This is true. But this is only third caution of the race so far in this Max Graphic opening race of the series here in the Superspeedway series. So we're seeing, although we're seeing aggressive racing, seeing a lot of trying to see what line's gonna work best, kind of bumping each other's bumper a little bit, trying to play a little bumper cars. It hasn't been a lot of wrecks. I feel like now that everything's kind of been cleaned out a little bit, we saw the lap cars kind of getting everybody's way there for a little bit there. I feel like this racing at the end here might be some of the most exciting racing we've seen all race, Tim.
Yeah, no doubt, and it's only going to get better.
Who's somebody, as we see the pace car kind of leading them around this backstretch here with 10 to go, what's some of the names you have an eye on here? I know some of the guys have been racing at the top, kind of give and take of the top three, kind of seeing the same names up there. Who's somebody you have an eye on that we haven't really talked about yet?
My eye is on. That sounded weird. My eye is on that number 55 of Steven Doziak. He was making his way up front, hard charging, and got involved in that, I want to say, first accident. So he's been taking it easy, but I think with these last 10 laps, he's going to be one to watch.
Of course. And you see White in that number 2 car there still holding it down in the lead.
Yep.
Under caution here with 10 to go. Oh, you see the pace car pull off. I think my name, I'm going to throw it out there. It's going to be Moyer in that 971 in the 6th position. But you see White leading Pluth. Big jump out of White in that 2 car leading around in the turn 1 here. You got Pluth right behind him in that 4 car leading around 1 and 2 here with that 9 to go here. And
Nate Moyer wasted no time to jump down behind Christopher Darling because he wants to get with that bottom lane and get going.
And you don't have JT Pool. Ooh, big move there. You don't have JT Pool out there holding them down in that lap car. But, hey, holding it down. Good for JT Pool, though, getting that practice out there. You got White in that 2 car leading around 3 and 4 here. Big runs here. You got... Trying to see who that is on the outside. That is Nate Moyer on the outside, the 971. You got Pluth right behind him on that 4 car, pushing that number 2 car. You got Nate Moyer out in the lead now, coming around in the front stretch, coming around to the line with about 8 to go now. Let's go.
Jumps down in front of Justin White.
Colin
Now-
Ulrich sneaking
Woo!
up in the 62 car. Coming around the outside lane there. You got White knowing he's there, trying to sneak up there to throw the block, but it's too late to throw the block. You got that whole tandem coming on the outside there with Burns.
Burns,
Coming around to
Adams,
3 and 4 here.
Mashburn. And now the 47 is to that outside lane.
Get
Neck
Nate
and neck.
Moyer leading him around. Colin Ulrich on the outside. You got White, you got Burns.
All bets are off when we hit 5 to go. Oh, Burns gets a little sideways.
Oh, man.
Oh, and now Justin White comes up a little bit trying to side draft the 62. Oh, man. He had to turn that wheel hard to bring it back.
Moyer clear out to the lead now.
Man, this is going to be an exciting finish. I can feel the tension building.
Got Nate Moyer trying to hold off White in that number 2 car. Trying to lead him around to 3 and 4 now. Get Colin Ulrich with a big push coming around 3 and 4 now. And that 62 Monster Energy machine. Who is going to take this series opener? It is coming down to the last few laps here. You got Nate Moyer, who has been running up there all day long. Same thing with Colin Ulrich and that 62 machine. Same thing with White and that 2 machine. They are trying to hold it down. Take this series opener. Coming around 1 and 2 now. Got Nate Moyer still your race leader.
But don't look in your rearview mirror because I see Mashburn, I see Darling, I see everybody who's hungry for this win.
Got Nate Moyer still holding it down. Colin Ulrich trying to hold that speed on the outside tandem there. He is not going to get the pass coming around 3 and 4. You see kind of give and take there on that.
Oh, the 86. Lane. Wyatt checks up.
See what happens coming around 3 and 4 now. Nate Moyer, your race leader with 6 to go, 5 to go. Now Nate Moyer holding it down in the 971. Got the 2 car right behind him. Colin Ulrich, 62 right there.
George Burns leaves him. Burns now drops to the inside. Now look at Plute. Plute's going to go to the outside with Colin Ulrich.
He wants to link up with Ulrich with that 62.
Oh, 3 wide.
But Darling, pushing.
What a run by Darling. Oh, and there's Plute in the wall.
We got contact, Plute.
Oh, man.
Just went down. But no caution out yet, though. Colin Ulrich just got shaked out of there, and now the caution comes out with 5 to go. Oh, man. I just grabbed my microphone and jumped up because that was quite the finish there.
Wow. Wow, this changes a lot. What a power move by Christopher Darling.
Wow.
What a move.
lot of speed from Christopher Darling there. He pushed that middle lane. He said, I'm going for it. Slingshot engaged. Wow.
We're going to go back and
Daytona racing for you, Tim.
It really is. We're going to go back and take a look at this one. A lot of things transpired. I'm going to take us back a little bit because there's a lot that could have caused this. Because, wow. Okay, we're going to come back to the live scene here. Uh-oh. Something happened. Hold on. My iRacing has decided to no longer show. Well, this
No
is
problem. As we have a bit of a break here, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors tonight. Max Graphics, putting it on the Superspeedway here in this series opener here. We got the Brookstone Animal Hospital. Shout out to them also. And I think we gave a shout out to Taz Racing Customs also, making those awesome custom racing cars for everybody. Also, we want to give a shout out. I think I'm missing one more. Beer Streak Journal. We had talked about them tonight. I think they're sponsoring a car tonight as well. So you want to give a shout out to them as well. It's our first race of the season, Tim.
Okay, here we go.
Anything more? This is awesome.
No, it's fantastic. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened to my iRacing window. That was weird. So now as we go back. Okay, good. It's going to work. we're going to watch. There's so much to watch. So here coming out of turn 2, you see Plute go to the outside. And at this point, Darling is behind the 07 of Burns along with Mashburn. And we're going to do this real time. All of a sudden, you see the 11 cut it 3 wide right there. Then cuts it 3 wide again with Plute. And that is where Plute kind of comes up into the, look like the 62 of Ulrey. And Ulrey had nowhere to go. And after that, chaos erupted.
Now, was it a case of Plute maybe not knowing where Ulrey was in that 62, or do you think it just was maybe a case of nowhere to go?
I think it was a case of nowhere to go and not knowing at the same time. Because when you're in that cockpit, your view is very, I'll give it to, I'm even going to take it back and give it to you.
Replay brought to you by 10-4 Broadcasting, and we're giving this a second look here, man.
Cockpit.
I mean, this is a crazy wreck with 5 laps to go.
We're going to do it with Plute. I'm going to show you. It's very difficult to see outside. See, he had no idea he was there. You could tell just by the way he was holding the wheel. He thought he had more room.
Wow, that's unfortunate. Just nowhere to go. And Daytona do that to you.
And guess who's back on the lead lap? JT Poole.
Hey, the guy's name that we have mentioned all race long, whether good or bad. Shout out to JT Poole. Shout out for doing his thing tonight. Whether it's been good or bad, he's been holding it down.
Locked it up. Coming to the pit road. Hopefully, don't get a penalty. Got to make sure he completes that. And
hey, he's living the dream. He is living the dream.
JT has been down pit road 6 times. Pace car lights are off, so he's going to want to get out of pit road and get caught up to these guys ASAP.
And we got 3 to go here. Coming around 3 and 4. The pace car leading him around. Exciting race tonight in the series opener. Be sure to tune in to these driver interviews after this race, because I am sure they are going to be ones to tune in for, because it has been exciting racing from start to finish. I mean, these 60 laps, I feel like they have flown by. We only got 3 to go here. There's some big hitters up at the top here with Nate Moyer, Chris Darling up there, and maybe some guys that we haven't really mentioned a lot maybe in the past. We got White up there in the 2 machine, and Burns. Shout out to him. Got a lot of George Byrne fans in the chat here, so maybe he'll take one home for the fans.
Pace car is off.
Ooh, the pace car driver's got some steam too. Oh man, he's pumped. He's feeling it too. That was aggressive. Nate Moyer with the big jump, but Chris Darling's right with him on the outside there, coming around the line. We got 2 to go. 2-lap shootout to decide this season opener. Coming around 1 and 2 here. Got Nate Moyer on the inside. Got Darling on the 11 machine right there with him. You see Nate Moyer trying to make a move to the middle, trying to throw that block there, trying to hold off White. That 2 machine coming around 1 and 2 to the back stretch here. Still really holding it down on the 971 machine from Nate Moyer, really holding it down. Seeing a lot of speed, trying to get that draft. White trying to see what line's going to work best from that 2 machine coming around 3 and 4 here with 2 to go.
And coming out of turn 4. Oh, a little touch there from White. Coming out of 4. If they take the white flag, the next flag is going to call it. So as long as they don't wreck here, and it's the Beer Street Journal's last call, last lap here at Daytona. First race of the season.
1 and 2. We got Nate Moyer leading it down with the 971. Get those last sips in. Then this is the last call, last lap.
You better get those drink orders in.
Nate Moyer with some big speed coming around 1 and 2. He is leading it by himself.
Oh, what a big wreck! And Nate Moyer is going to take it.
He is going to take it by himself.
And my guy's in second. Let's go.
Everybody's caught up behind him. He is going to take this series opener by himself.
JT Poole up to second.
Congratulations to Nathan Moyer in that 971.
Yeah, buddy.
Race winner. Congratulations to him. What a victory. Oh, man.
JT
That
Poole in
JT Poole
second.
taking up second?
Yeah.
What?
And my pick,
Oh,
Steven
man.
Doziak in third, buddy.
And shout out to JT Poole for never giving up. What a big. And the fireworks are
Oh, we got
shooting
it
out at
all.
Daytona. Wow, what a season opener, ladies and gentlemen. I am jacked right now. I am pumped for this.
Oh,
Wow.
man, that was great.
Nathan Moyer, a name that has been holding it down all race. He said, I'm taking this season. And then you got JT Poole, who was your race leader for the first quarter, got caught up in some unfortunate stuff, comes out P2 after going 2 laps down. And then Doziak, a name we haven't even mentioned at all race, finishes P3.
I told you to watch him.
Wow. This is, I couldn't ask for anything more. You had a wreck that literally took out everybody behind Nathan Moyer except for Nathan Moyer. Kept it clean all night, kept it out there. Congratulations to him. Shout out Nathan Moyer. No better way to explain it, Tim. That's we will watch him burn it down here. I mean, congratulations to him.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna get these guys all ready for their interviews. Let's see. That one. Where?
If we're giving out awards this season, if that's going to be a new thing, we got to do the Tasmanian Devil, Taz Racing Customs, crazy mover of the race, and that has to be JT Poole because he was moving like Tasmanian Devil. He worked at it, took P2. Congratulations, Nathan Moyer. He ran consistent all race. He took home the victory, should have, but JT Poole, man. To go 2 laps down, anybody could have just turned off the sim and said, you know what, I'm good for tonight. Hey, shout out to him. Shout out to this race. Shout out to the Superspeedway series. Oh, man, I'm jacked. Can't wait to
Didn't disappoint. Didn't disappoint.
Oh, man.
Let's go ahead and bring in our third place finisher. My pick in the last 10 laps, Steven Doziak. Man, you brought it home in third place.
Yeah, for getting in the first wreck of the season, you never want to be that, but for the first week, I'll take a podium.
Oh, any day. And I just feel like you kind of left off where you finished the season, the end of the season last season, because you were improving and finishing. I think you finished in third on the last race of the season or the second last race of the season, something like that. But we had talked to you back then as well. And man, take me through that final lap from your perspective, because I think you might have been in like 8th or 9th when it happened.
Yeah, I was lined up behind Colin there, and we were thinking about making a run on the high side down the back, but the run died out. I dropped down to the bottom, and I mean it's a super speedway. There's going to be a wreck, coming to the line. So I was just kind of waiting, and I turned left at the wreck, and I made it through. I was in second, and then JT just had a full head of steam, and I couldn't block him, so I had to settle for third.
Well, Garrett Gleason says that he'd say he's the biggest Steven Doziak fan, but he's seen about 5 women running around with your shirts on. So
yeah, G, he's a big supporter of mine. He, me and him go way back. One time he crew chiefed for me and come down on green flag stops. He never put fuel in the car, so he's never allowed to be my crew chief anymore. But overall, we have a good group of guys over there, and glad that he was watching.
With it being the first race of the season, how excited are you to get back into the sim, and what are you looking forward to for the rest of the season?
Just keep knocking off podiums. I mean, last season I finished third in points with no wins. Just a bunch of podiums. Good high top 5 finishes, and I'll be there at the end of the season, hopefully again.
It's the Kevin Harvick special, so we'll see how it pays off.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Garrett officially acknowledges that he's been fired. Anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight, Steven?
Yeah, you guys in the 10-4 broadcasting booth. you guys always put on a great show. Chris Darling and Max Graphics for putting this league on. All our sponsors, Beer Street Journal, Brookstone Animal Hospital. Oh, there's a bunch in this league. But I just want to give a shout out to all you guys. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. My friend Colin, I know he's watching. Garrett's watching. All my family. Thank you all.
Thanks a lot, Steven, and good luck
Great
for
run.
the rest of the season. And I'm sure we'll talk to you again.
Yeah, thanks, guys, and hopefully.
Thank you.
That was Steven Doziak, third place finisher here tonight at Daytona. Wild finish here tonight.
Snuck through the carnage and chaos, I guess you could call that tonight's race, but snuck through it and was able to get that P3 finish. So great run for him, and shout out to the fans that were tuning in to watch him tonight. I know the drivers appreciate it. So a great run from him, and like you said, I'm sure he'll be a name we talk to a lot here in this upcoming season.
And I'm going to go ahead and bring in our second place finisher, JT Poole, for you.
The Tasmanian Devil crazy mover of the race, JT Poole. Congratulations, man. P2 after all of that. I don't know about Tim. I am amazed at how that race turned out for you. Because
I know how.
Explain it to the viewers if you can.
First off, I know how JT races. I'm never surprised at how well he pulls these things off.
I didn't think I was gonna pull it off, to be honest with Tim. Well, it happened because I came down to pit because I wanted to go in the back. Cause I'm just here to have fun. Like I want to go to the back. So I went to enter a close pit and it was a 40-second hole. It's like, well, that's not good. So it put me 2 down in that entire last stint. I was up there with the leaders trying to get my lap back, and I eventually got it back. I think that last restart I was 17th at 2 to go, like when they first started, and then they just somehow they wrecked. I somehow got through it, and I got second. So I'll take it. I didn't expect to end up in second after what happened earlier on, but we got there.
Did you feel like staying? We kind of talked. We saw some other cars, kind of those lap cars, kind of move out of the way. Did you feel like staying out front kind of paid off for you, whereas you didn't go down another lap and you're kind of able to stay in that position? Did you feel like those kind of that strategy kind of paid off for you there?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was getting my lap back, and I know there's a bunch of other guys that were a lap down, so I knew I would rather rely on me being in front of them in the lead than having to fight with them in the mid pack. So I stayed out in front and it worked out.
Oh man,
We're actually watching the replay right now of the last lap of you coming up on the field, because we've actually not gone back and looked at it yet, but we're about to see the C's part, and here it is. Look at that.
Just clean, just made it right through clean. Kind of explain it to you there. You were right at the back end of the pack there. The car's kind of wiggling in front of you, kind of getting loose, and you had one car kind of slide in front of you there, and then you slid into P2 right in front of Doziak coming around turn 4 there, and it was just the 3 of you coming to the line.
If I didn't break a little bit, I might have been able to get to Nate.
Hey,
That's
who
true.
knows? I mean, you had the speed all race, whether you were 2 laps down or a lap down. How excited are you to get into this racing this season, and what are you looking forward to the rest of the season here?
Oh yeah, it's cool to be back with these guys on Superspeedways. I'm gonna try and make as many races as I can. Road to Pro is gonna be running on Thursdays. Well, actually today's Wednesday, so I'll be able to do the whole season.
All right.
Be looking forward to do that. I'm just here to have fun and race my favorite kind of racing.
Hey, JT, that was quite the race tonight, man. We're excited to see. maybe you'll hold the lead the rest of the race. Maybe you don't have to come back from 2 laps down to finish P2. But it was exciting nonetheless. Anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Oh yeah, Nate for winning. You guys for broadcasting. Chris Starling, Justin White, Colin, Shane Tierney, all the guys that put on the series. Summit Financial. Thank all those guys.
Awesome, man. Well, this is our well, it's a new award this season. We're gonna do the Taz Racing Customs Tasmanian Devil biggest mover of the race, and
I like that.
That's you, JT Poole. We appreciate it, man, and congratulations again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
That was JT Poole runner-up here at Daytona. First race of the season. What a way to start 2022.
Oof. Man.
But
we had it all tonight, Tim, and
we did.
Can't wait to speak to our race winner there, Nate Moore. Can't forget about him. All the excitement we had with P2 and P3.
No, we talked to him
what a
enough.
way to start the season.
We talked to Nate so much. What do we need to talk to him for? That's
Congratulations, Nate. Welcome to the booth here, the Victory Lane booth here, man. Congratulations taking that season victory, season opener victory. How does it feel to be in Victory Lane?
Feels good. Feels. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but it happened. Anybody can win these things.
You're a lot calmer than I expected.
Oh, what'd you say?
You're a lot calmer than I expected. I'd be so excited.
I'm a little upset. I wanted me and Justin White to be side by side there at the end. I knew it was gonna happen. I don't know what really happened behind me. I didn't go back and watch the replay, but I from looking at some of the drivers that were up front early on in this race, I have a good guess on who calls all that stuff there at the end. But great race and not that many cautions, but yeah, it was. I kind of was a little bit more aggressive than what I usually was in the beginning. I kind of worked my way up into the top 15, top 10, and just kind of sat there and just worked my way up to the front.
You kind of mentioned Justin White's there, and we kind of saw him battling with you all race there. Kind of take us through what it was like to be up in the top 5 and kind of seeing those battles with White was up there with you all race. Kind of saw JT Poole kind of go 2 laps down, kind of come back there at the end. To kind of take us through the strategies throughout the race there.
Pretty much every time. My strategy always is when a caution comes out, I usually just pit just to get fuel. Me and Justin White are actually teammates. So when he had the lead there, I was pushing him, make sure the other guys wouldn't get around us. And then when I got the lead, he was pushing me to make sure the guys wouldn't get around us. And I told him, 2 laps to go, do whatever you got to do to try to win this thing. So we didn't get to see that happen there, and maybe you'll see it next week. I don't know, but it was a lot of fun. I don't know what the prize is this year, but I found out a little too late last season what the prize was.
You weren't too late. You overslept. I remember.
Yeah. I missed a few races there, but with a couple races left at the end of the season, I was there in contention. It's just bad luck strikes. But then again, I'm a firm believer in your. I kind of think you pave your own way here at these super speedways. People say they get wrecked out every week. Well, you got to start. Yeah, you got to start doing some more rear view driving too, so you don't get rear-ended after these wrecks happen. I mean, I don't know. People just have to be more aware than what's going on in front of them.
It gets difficult with there was an incident, the incident where the field was passing Doug Neal. No one even touched him, but it caused a checkup to the rest of the field, and it just became a big mess.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know my teammate Doug Neal had a bad night tonight. I don't know exactly what all happened to him, but
I think
there was some good swearing going on. He was calling people names that
you know
I
what?
shouldn't be saying, but
I think we should have a segment where we just listen to the onboard of Doug Neal. I think it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, he gets fired up quite a bit.
Oh gosh, well, great run tonight, Nate, and I mean, I'm sure we'll be calling your name a lot more this season. You're one of the seasoned vets I've seen so far, running really good these super speedway races. So I'm sure we'll see you in Victory Lane again. And anybody want to give a shout out while you're in Victory Lane tonight?
Got to give a shout out to Justin White for sticking with me there towards the end. Shout out to Doug Neal, Simbox PC. If you need a button box, you win a lot of races, so pick up a Simbox button box and Simbox PC on Facebook. And I don't know my old man. My dad was starting to bitch at me that I'm racing too late at night. He can't stay up anymore to watch. So hopefully he watch me get a win here tonight. And yeah, just shout out to my sponsor, Doug Neal. I mean, I'm going down there March to his house for a couple of days and go to the Atlanta race with him. And he got me pit passes and everything. So he's just a great sponsor, great all around guy. So
where is my 10-4 broadcasting invite? Because I'm thinking about going to that race.
You better go. But yeah, shout out to 10-4 Broadcast for coming back on board this season, and shout out to Max Graphics for the sponsorship for this league now. So if you you need a paint that ain't ugly like mine, then head on over to Max because I did not get mine from him.
Hey, it's looking good in Victory Lane tonight, that's for sure. So not looking
You,
too ugly.
hey, you guys have a good night and rest of your week, boys.
You too. Thanks,
We
man.
appreciate it,
Yeah,
man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. See you guys.
Man, race
Was
number
Nate Moyer
1
our race winner? Oh man.
under the books. Race number 1 of 12. 11 more races to go before we crown our champion here. And I don't think, I'm looking through the dates, I don't think we have any holidays to worry about. So from here all the way down to April 13th, we're going to be here every Wednesday, 8:30, right here on 10-4 Broadcasting. Going to be bringing you the Max GRAFIX Superspeedway series alongside the Beer Street Journal. Make sure you check their website out. Make sure you check out Max GRAFIX Facebook page. Check out, I almost calls it Tasmanian Devil. Taz Racing Customs for your custom diecast needs. I know Brookstone Animal Hospital. Want to thank all those guys. And just, again, thanks, Will, for coming on board. Congratulations to all the guys that threw up a podium tonight. And obviously, thanks to all the guys that come here to race. Fantastic race here tonight.
Yes, sir. And thank you very much, Tim. And wow, what a race tonight. We saw some really good racing there at the top. A lot of give and take. Only a few cautions and mainly clean to the end there. So a big pile up. But hey, that's Superspeedway racing, and couldn't ask for anything more. Another exciting race, another exciting finish. Big names I think we're going to be calling all season. JT White, Nathan Moyer. I mean, Burns was up there all race. So thanks for having me on, Tim. Thanks for Max Graphics, Chris Darling for having 10-4 Broadcasting on. We're excited to be here for this season. I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast.